Hi friends, welcome to DTK Food and Travels. Today we are going to make something that is so simple that you can use it for lunch or dinner. This is a recipe that I got from one of my former coworkers over 30 years ago, and I still make it whenever the kids come home. They love it. It's the King Ranch chicken. So for this, like I was saying, it's just really simple ingredients, stuff you can just buy ready made from the store and just put it all together. First thing you're gonna need is some corn tortillas. So with the corn tortilla, you wanna break it into 4 pieces. And I'm layering the bottom of a 9 by 13 casserole dish, just one layer of the tortillas. If you're like a thicker bottom layer, you can use 2 or 3 more layers. Then you want to have 2 cups of shredded chicken ready, and about half of it I'm going to put it over the tortilla. This is chicken that I cooked and deboned myself, but you can use a rotisserie chicken or whatever kind of chicken, that's fine. So then I have a small diced onion, and I'm going to put about half of the onion on the next layer. And the next item we're gonna put is some cheese. You can use some shredded cheese. I'm using Mexican cheese. Whatever kind of cheese you prefer is good, but cheddar's best. But what I had on hand was the Mexican cheese, so that's what I'm gonna use. I'm only putting cheese on half the casserole because my husband doesn't eat cheese, so I'm gonna make the other half for him. And the next item is some cream of mushroom soup. You can make the soup on your own, or you can just use the 10.5 ounce can of the cream of mushroom soup. I will include the recipe for the homemade soup in the description of the video if you'd like to make that. But to make things easier, you can use a can of the mushroom soup. Next item is a can of chicken soup, and you want to go ahead and put that, just put a dab of it all over the place. And I'll include the recipe in the description too. Like I was saying, you can use a 10.5 ounce of cream of chicken soup, that's fine too. And the next item you want is a 14.5 ounce of rotel tomato. I did not have rotel tomato. I thought I had it. All I had was a 14.5 ounce can of diced tomato, and I just added some sliced green chilies to it because I had it at home, and that's what rotel tomato has. It's diced tomatoes, chilies, and cilantro. So I just went ahead and put the chilies. And then the last layer is some chicken broth. So you need a total of 1 cup of chicken broth. I'm going to use about half of it on this first layer, and that was homemade chicken broth. And then you want to repeat it again. You want to go ahead and make another layer. So for this layer, I did use more corn tortillas. In the bottom layer, I only used 1 round of the tortilla. In this one, I'm just going to use up the tortilla. I just had a few more, and I just wanted to go ahead and use it up. I didn't want to save just 1 or 2, just taking a space in the fridge. But you can use however more or less of the tortilla to make the layers as you'd like. So then you just want to go ahead and repeat the layer. The next layer, we're going to start again with the chicken. So I had 2 cups of chicken, like I said. So if you want more chicken, you can use more chicken, and you can use this with like turkey. If you have leftover turkey, let's say for example after Thanksgiving, this is definitely a good way to use up that turkey. We're gonna put the diced onions again, just finish off the onion. Again, this was a small onion that I just diced. So if you have kids that don't like onions, you can certainly leave that out. That's fine also. Then next, we're gonna go ahead and put the cream of mushroom soup. We're gonna save the cheese for last this time. I just had a little bit of cream of mushroom soup, but that's all you need, about 10 to 12 ounces of the soup. because in the end, when you eat it, it's all going to be mixed together and it'll just taste perfect. You're not going to know if you have less of something or more of something. And then after this, we'll do the next soup, which is the cream of chicken soup. Like I said, you can use the canned one or you can make it on your own. I always like to make my own because I look at the ingredients on the can and I just kind of get a little scared because there's a lot of stuff on there I don't recognize or I don't want in my body. So I just make it, and it's just so simple to make. It doesn't even take that long. But like I said, you're welcome to use the canned one, whatever is convenient for you and works for your family. The next item is the rotel tomato. Like I said, this is the homemade rotel version because I did not have a can. I thought I did, but I did not. Oh well. So I'm just going to finish the tomatoes off. Just going to go ahead and put the juice and everything in there. The chili I used, it wasn't jalapeno. It was just regular green chilies. No, it was not serrano peppers. That would be too hot for me. Then just finishing up the rest of the chicken broth. There was, so when I cooked the chicken, I did not add any salt, and I did not add any salt to the broth because the cream of mushroom and cream of chicken, when I made it, I did add salt, and also the cheese has a lot of salt too. And the last ingredient you want to add is the cheese. I'm putting the cheese just on my side and my son's side. So that's the cheese on our side, and I just left the other side without the cheese. So now what you want to do is go ahead and preheat the oven to 350. Cover the casserole dish with the foil, cover it really tight. Then you want to go ahead and put it in the oven and cook it for 30 minutes. They're just getting ready to put it in the oven, and you just leave it in there. It's already preheated. Just make sure that you go ahead and preheat while you're prepping everything. We'll cook it for 30 minutes, then we'll come back to it. It's been 30 minutes now, and so what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and uncover it and cook it for another 30 minutes. You can tell which side had the cheese on it, the one on the right side. And then 30 minutes later, the casserole is ready. It's been 30 minutes. We're just going to go ahead and take it out now, and it's ready to be eaten. We're just going to serve this with some broccoli, but you can serve it with some salad or whatever veggies you have on hand or whatever you'd like it with. That was my plate for dinner that night. Just had it with a little bit of broccoli. Hope all of you will try this, and thank you for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel.